welcome to Creative Emotions. I am your host, Bakita Taylor. I want to welcome you guys here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming. I hear myself. I hear a little echo up in here. Okay. There you go, because I ain't like it. Here we go. You know how technology is. I want to thank you guys so much for joining. When you come to Creative Emotions Podcast, you will get motivation, information, transparency, empowerment, and you're going to get these good vibes. And then ain't nothing you can do about it, period. If this is your first time watching, I want to encourage you. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Make sure you listen to the content. Listen, because everything I put out, it is to make us better versions of ourselves, better for our community, our children, our husbands, our wives, whatever it is that you have, mainly for yourself, because you come first. So I want you to know that. This Friday, Poetry and Conversations is going down, okay? May 15th. I don't want to hear about you got plans for Cinco de Mayo, okay? Because you're not even Mexican. And those that are, God bless you. I'm just saying, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Because guess what? We got some enchiladas, some quesadillas, some tacos on the menu that night. And it's a bar there. So make your way down to 21573 Grand River. There is a $10 cover. It is from 8 to 11. Again, there is food. There is something for you to come and have your way. So I don't want to hear it. I want to see you guys this Friday, May 5th. We have the dynamic Hakeem, the people's poet, is the feature. He is thebomb.com. I think I talked about him last week and how he came and stirred up. I mean, his conversation it's intriguing, it's deep. Like his poems, it make you start thinking like, what is air? People get deep. You get to questioning everything. Listen, this guy is going to come and rock the mic. So if you are not doing anything this Friday, Poetry and Conversations, real good vibe. We have real grown-up conversation. It's just a vibe. So this Saturday, I'm just coming. If you're just joining, thank you so much for joining. This Saturday, the Millionaire Women are hosting the Mother's Day Tea. It is May 6th, 2 p.m. to 6 at Promising Events. Check out Eventbrite to purchase your tickets. This is going to be a dynamic event. It's $65 a ticket, $30 if you want to bring your little one. So it's 13 and under is $30, but the tickets are $65, and it's worth it. When you think about Mother's Day, you come, you dress up, because there is an attire. It is a mandatory attire. Hillary Bank goes to the Derby. So bring out your hats, your fascinators, your pearls, your gloves. Get real cute and grown up and come on out. It's going to be food, giveaway, speakers, entertainment, and networking. Be sure to come out and celebrate life with like-minded sisters. We need that. In a climate with everybody talking about who they don't mess with, and I don't mess with this, and I don't mess with females, and all this extra mess, we so much better together. And all we got to do is link up. Link up. You never know what somebody has that you may need. So let's take that thought and just throw that on out the window, because it don't help. Now, granted, you got some people you need to watch yourself, but you shouldn't have that for everybody. So today's show is about branding yourself. In short, this means distinguishing yourself from competitors in your market. And so I want you guys to take this time to share with your family and friends. People that are, trying to get themselves together, trying to get a business, or they're business minded, or they talking about this stuff all the time. And this is an opportunity for them to add some gems to the collection so that they can be the best version of themselves and what it is they're trying to do. So my guest today is a wife, a mother, author, clinical social worker, founder and president of Born to Fly Mentoring, and CEO of 3D Digital Designs. Now a full-time entrepreneur, continuing to help coach those desiring to take their life to the next level. I want you guys to welcome to the show, to Creative Emotions, Joy, Miss Coach Joy. Give it up for her. Coach Joy, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. She came into this high energy. She like, woo, wait a minute. Y'all making me nervous. No, it's always high. It's always high energy. We just keep moving. Thank you so much for joining. Just coming with your expertise and just your time. I thank you for that. Your time is valuable.
Absolutely.
But we are talking about branding yourself, and I can say I did coaching with you for a little bit of time, and I learned a lot. It helps you bring it in, full circle, because you may be all over the place. But then it's like, okay, what you doing this for, and why you doing this, and why you doing that? And so having a coach that can hold you accountable, it's needed, especially so you don't be all over the place. People be all over the place. They have the heart, they have the drive, but then you need the tools. So people will call somebody like Coach Joy, and she'll get you together. So I would love for you to talk a little about what led you into coaching in particular.
Yeah, you read a little bit about my background. I have a history, and just overall, I'm called to empower people. And going through social work, running my nonprofit. I even have a life coach certification. I always operated in a coaching or mentorship role.
Yeah.
But when I started 3D Digital Designs, I noticed that people were coming to me for graphics, flyers, branding, business cards, and seeing it commonly where they didn't have business structure, they didn't have systems, they didn't have a mission, a vision, they didn't know anything about who they were as a brand with their brand identity, who their target audience is. And so thinking that their deficits were in needing these marketing materials or these graphic designs, but really the systems were broken. So I kind of shifted from helping people with graphics to, okay, well, let me help you out with letting you know how to structure your business appropriately for your long-term growth, because that's the key, right? Scaling for sure. 10, 20 years down the line. And sometimes that's what's lacking. So that's kind of how I shifted into coaching. About 3 years now.
Wow. That's what's up, because that's real. Like, everybody got an idea, and they be like, I'm about to go get some cards. I'm about to go get this. I'm about to go.
Give me a logo made.
Do you
get a logo, get a website, and then you ready to go. They be like,
you ready to go.
I got me a business.
So what made like the 3D digital? You saying that's how that came about, or that? Where did that stem from? And what is the 3Ds? If people don't know.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. What is that?
So, okay, practicing social work as a 9-to-5. I also did hair for 14 years.
Okay.
So a little all over the place, like a lot of us may call ourselves serial entrepreneurs. We doing something, everything to generate streams of income. So I only did graphics, flyers for my own needs, my mentoring program, ministry. So I did it to save from hiring a graphic designer and to stop dealing with the unprofessionalism that I was finding with graphic designers, because I would put them on retainer. They would have my stuff. And then just like, okay, well, and it wasn't, Canva and stuff wasn't as popular as it is now back then. So I kind of learned a few things good enough I felt confident in it. Right. And so my husband was like, put it out there, show people. So I put it out there to the world, and people start booking me.
Oh, yeah.
To do flyers. And I'm like, okay, well, like kicking and screaming. I really didn't want to grow this business from the beginning. I had a very limited mindset, and I didn't realize that I had limited myself. So when I started putting this, I'm like, okay, shifted my mindset to be like, hey, I can do this. Probably got some potential.
Definitely.
Invest in your systems, invest in customer service, learn everything you can. I really just put everything into learning everything I could about that industry.
That's good.
I would be up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning practicing and just learning for over a year.
You hear that? Putting in the time.
Yeah.
People do not know how to put the time in. Listen, I feel like any craft you want to just get a hold of, go to sleep and wake up with that thing.
Yeah.
I feel like we sometimes too spaced out when it comes to spreading yourself thin. You over here and you're not putting really nothing into the one thing that could possibly make the money to add to the other things you want to do. So this was something you didn't even initially want to do.
No, not seriously, no.
And then I seen you had a billboard.
Yeah.
With the 3D design.
Year one, though.
I was
so
like,
I didn't
okay.
expect for my growth to skyrocket like it did. But like you said, putting in the work and really, I had a coach. Year one. I was in groups of women that also had like-minded.
Nice.
So we were striving and we were getting strategies to take off, and my business took off. So
Wow.
3D actually stands for my daughter's name. Her initials are all start with D.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I didn't even know that. That's how you said, thank you for asking. You never shared that.
Yep.
That's amazing. So you do have a coach, or do you have a coach now?
I do.
And how important is that? And that accountability?
For me, it's huge because honestly, I talk to 5 to 10 entrepreneurs a day on one-on-one sessions, and I run out of creativity. I run out of mind power, and it could be honestly something as small as naming my course. It took me 3 weeks. My coach was like, "Okay, why are you putting so much power into?" But I needed her for that because I'm the one giving that execution to everybody else. So I think it's important.
I think every good leader has a leader. Mm-hmm. And when you think about that, honey, if you ain't got nobody, if you a pastor and you don't have a pastor, nah, something wrong. Because who you talking to? I know you talking to Jesus, we all are, but what's going on? I just can't, I feel like that's every aspect of life. Every good leader has a leader. You have somebody that you can call. Somebody's going to hold you accountable. Somebody's going to pull you back in, come on now, sis. What you doing? You doing too much. Come on back. Mm-hmm. So just having that accountability in the coaching industry, because I am a certified life coach because I took the coaching from Joy. She, brought it all the way in for me. What is it that you're trying to do? And so now everything that I do is like an umbrella, and it all goes together, and it works simultaneously, and it's who I am as a whole. So if people look at what I do, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, everything is revolved around motivation, empowerment, encouragement. It is self-love. All of it goes together. And so not having to spread myself thin and doing something that I love, being able to make money from it. Yep. Like that is the main thing. So what would you say to those that desire to get this type of coaching help because they want to monetize? They want to move in a certain capacity, and they want to monetize. So what would you say to those people?
Yeah. So, and I think I hear that in a few different parts because, everybody's different. But what I see a lot when people struggle to monetize their passion and monetize their gift, especially believers, we believe that it is something that we should pour out, and we feel guilty when we charge for it. We feel that it's something that we should spread because God gave it to us and spread
that's
for
a
free.
real thing.
It is a real thing.
Stay right there.
It is a real thing.
Stay right there. Go ahead. Keep on. Because we need that.
So this is one of the number one things I see. We are generous people. We're kind and we're giving, and we give our gifts and talents away for free.
All the time.
For free. And I have friends that do it. I have clients that do it.
And that's your
even
time.
when I met you, I'm like, you doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like you're a life coach, and all this stuff is in alignment that you're doing. I saw it like a straight line. And you saw it all over the place.
All over the place. I just been all over the place, honey. Just I'm gonna do everything. God put it in me. I'm gonna just go.
Yeah.
But bringing it in, it helps, and it's still, gradual. It's about the time that you put in, not spreading yourself thin. And so I finally got everything structured. And so when I do, get payments from my clients, it goes to my business account and different things. So it takes time, but I know that, we have to, keep our eye on it, keep our eye on the prize and move toward it. A lot of times we, bring these type of things up and then let it fall to the wayside. I guess that's having that faith in yourself. And again, that accountability. So when you don't
believe it.
have that accountability, it's real easy to listen to the doubt in your mind, to listen to that negative talk in your mind, like, well, maybe I'll do it another time, or I can't do it right now, or, so get people around you that can hold you down and hold you accountable. That's important. I don't need a lot of yes people around me. You don't need a lot of yes people around you. You need people that's going to have your back. And having my back meaning pushing me or, seeing the best version of me and not allowing me to be lower than that. You know, so a lot of people just be like, well, that's their business. If you're going to be around me, to any capacity, honey, it's your business not to. Yeah. It's your business to hold me accountable, and I'm going to hold you accountable. So I'm not that friend or that person you can go to or come to if you're not trying to, talk about what we about to do. Because what are we doing? We're wasting time. Everything I'm not going to come at everybody like having all these solutions because I don't know everything, but let's brainstorm. Let's talk this out. I'm not going to just let you come and just dump everything on me and then you're going to go and do it to another person and you ain't getting nothing resolved. It's wasting time, and we have to be careful with how we spend our time. So when you think about branding your business, I don't think people understand how important this is. So can you let people know how important it is to brand your business?
It's so monumental. I know businesses that's successful without putting a lot into their branding, but you're a million times more successful when you do.
Yeah.
So it's important in the sense of a lot of times business owners struggle with putting themselves out there. For one, it takes a certain level of confidence and bravery.
It is.
To even show up.
Yeah.
And so when you show up, it's like, now, okay, what do I do? But when you brand the right way, your branding does the work for you. Yeah. You just really let it happen.
Just
walking through it. When the way your message is told, the way your colors coordinate, the way your consistency is, it takes so much weight off. And so, you have business branding and you have personal branding. Yeah. And they are two separate things.
They are two different entities. Two totally different.
Yep.
So what have you found most challenging, but you overcame in the beginning of trying to brand yourself?
Most challenging for me personally is just life.
Yeah, different things happening. Everybody pulling from you.
When you walk in your power, when you walk in what your purpose to do, life don't stop. So, learning the power to overcome no matter what life brings my way. Yeah. Because if I was punching somebody else's clock, no matter what was going on in life, I better go to work.
Are we there? Hurry up, I gotta go to work. We telling people off and everything.
Grieving, you lose somebody, you get 3 bereavement days.
That's true.
So I give myself grace, but not that much to the point where I'm stunting my own growth and I'm limiting my own success.
Yeah, going back too far, that's good. That's real good. Because what you give you 3 for this person, 2 for that person, 5 for... what type of shenanigans?
You go in the snowstorms, they don't care. So you have to have that type of resilience for your own personal branding. Too.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Life be lifing. Y'all already know. I want to give a shout out to those watching. Hey, Alexis. Hey, AJ. Thank you so much for watching. Shay Anderson. Thank you. That was good. Every leader has a leader. Yes, honey. And if they don't, you better check them. Oprah Hawkins, I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Make sure you share this with your family and your friends. Again, when it comes to branding yourself, this is important. When we think about starting new business ventures, or if you even have the thought to want to, this is something that can help you from doing all the hard work. If you brand yourself the correct way, which my guest here, Coach Joy, is a brand strategist, you connect with her and she you let her know everything you have going on, and she tell you where you need to start and how you need to start and get it all together for you. And then she got the graphic design. to come and give you all the pieces you need. So come on now, one-stop shop. One-stop shop. That is important. How can people really stand out in markets that are oversaturated? Because some people get a little discouraged, right? When they be like, oh, I always wanted a boutique. Now you see it's a lot of boutiques. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're everywhere. China even coming to get these coins. So
China been getting the coins.
I'm just saying, like, they marketing like they have an actual boutique, and then you get it and you don't know what you done got. Ooh. So you got to be careful, especially at Chic Me. I never order from them again. Like, they play me. They play me. I got that outfit like
it's fitting like 3 sizes too small.
What is this? This is not like the picture. So y'all better be careful. But when it comes to oversaturation and what somebody desires to do, how can people really stand out in markets like that?
Yeah. So I know you probably heard the saying, when you walk down the bread aisle, you see hundreds or maybe 120 different brands of bread. But for the person walking down the aisle, each individual customer has their own requirements they're looking for in their bread. And they're going to go down that aisle and they're not going to get discouraged. You know what? I'm not going to buy bread because there's so many.
Right. They going to start reading ingredients. They looking at customer service.
So why do we think that would deter people from wanting to shop with our business? Because there's so many others out there.
That's good.
So taking the time to learn who you are as a brand, learn who you are as a business, but not only learning it, but like unapologetically thriving in it.
Okay.
Because you're set apart. The things that make you who you are, it's called brand personality. You got brand tone of voice. You got all these things that make up a brand that nobody else has, because nobody else is you.
That's good.
You are
that
the sauce.
Part. Okay. You are the sauce.
So sometimes people try to fit into an industry.
They do.
I want my marketing to look like theirs. I want my logo to look like theirs. But now you're taking away the one thing that makes you unique, and it's you.
That's it. That's good right there. That's real good, especially being in this competitive entrepreneur age. TikTok and other social media platforms, it helped push people more than ever, right? And so I don't think people are really focusing on the brand. They getting the attention. They getting the likes. They getting everything real quick. But if these platforms were to go down in any way, you know, what are we standing on? We got to get back to the flyers. People don't even do flyers no more.
Hit the parking lot.
Hit the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm campaigning right now, and I got to hit the pavement.
Yeah.
It's like everybody ain't on social media. Older people like hands. They like stuff in their hand. They like, you ain't invite me. I did. I put it up. I posted it. They like, oh, I don't know nothing about that. But it seemed like even after the pandemic, things have been different, right? When it comes to people wanting to hit a clock. Nah, everybody got a little taste of being at the crib. Don't nobody want to work. Everybody is starting a business, if you will. So being able to, reach those people so that they can get their structure going. Because again, that TikTok and you putting those reels together, it's still some structure in that we have to do. I feel like people are getting where they think they want to be so fast. They're missing the journey. They're missing the hard work sometimes that it takes to make you appreciate what you're going after or what you may obtain. So you go and you do all of this and you get all this money, but then you don't even know how to spend it.
Or manage it or scale it.
That part. You don't know what to do with it, so now you just overspending. You just out here. You buying all these material things, but it's so many levels. There's so many levels to this. So when you think about people using their gifts and less work opportunity, or people just not going to work. Have you seen that? Like in our era, like people like, oh, I ain't going to work, or they attitude toward work now is so nonchalant, don't care. Being in the industry that I'm in, as far as the plant, Chrysler, people don't care about their jobs. And people not caring about their businesses. which makes the customer service even worse.
Yeah.
So do you touch on that with people as far as customer service a part of their brand? And
Absolutely. Knowing and I think that's a large part that has to do with systems and automations. I help a lot with making sure you're faded out as much as possible so that people can get a quality experience every time.
Okay.
Because we're human.
Yeah.
And the big mistake I was making in the beginning was not communicating the right things about, I'm onboarding you, but I didn't tell you it was a non-refundable, so I learned that in 6 months. Like, okay, well, I need a system that communicates this for me, that onboards people automatically.
Oh, right. Getting everything.
Get it just squared away. So that's customer service, though, because how easy is it for me to shop with you or support your business?
Yeah. When
I'm on Facebook or Instagram, am I scrolling down 20 posts before I even figure out what's next if I want to be a part of your, I don't know what you do, your product, your service.
That's good.
It's ways to make sure that you're making that experience as user-friendly as possible.
Okay.
So that is something that I work with.
That's good. Again, if you are just joining, we are here with brand strategist Coach Joy, and we are talking about branding your business. We are talking about taking yourself serious and taking your business serious. This is a live show. You can call in at 313-266-2811 if you have any questions or if you just want to get in on this conversation, because it is real. We have to get down to the foundation of what we're really trying to do if we want to last. And learning how to brand yourself is very, very important. So I noticed that since the pandemic, people are not really coming to work. You got restaurants with drive-through only. Like, they got $17 signs out there because everybody started their business. That's what it seems like. Everybody like, I ain't going back to work after this unemployment. Everybody done put that money into something, which is a good thing. But make sure you structuring your stuff right. You coming with what you got to come with, because I don't understand. Everybody's been inspired to start a business, but starting a business, you definitely need to brand yourself in the right way. And again, we have Coach Joy here to, give us a few tidbits on how you do that. So in a snippet, can you tell everyone what branding, so people feel like they have a small business, right? So they may not feel like they need this, but I need you to tell them how much they do starting small.
Yeah, starting, and I don't even use the language small business. I know it's a real thing, like it's actually in the dictionary.
Yeah.
But just because I'm huge on mindset and affirmation and language, I always, ever since my mindset shifted, I'm a big business. I'm doing big business things.
Ain't nothing small about it. Ain't nothing small.
So when you start, sometimes you don't have the resources though, right? In the beginning, to invest
really fully. Yeah.
So sometimes people make the sacrifice and invest and do it like strong at first, right? Because now you got some longevity with your brand. You can start out without having to rebrand every year or two.
Right.
Like I get people that come to me, have been in business 2 or 3 years and have rebranded 4 times.
Do you have to?
You don't, but they keep outgrowing their branding.
Oh.
It's behind them.
Okay.
They're tapping into a higher ticket audience. They started out with the don'ts of logos, such as not a clean, timeless design, and now they're evolving and realizing I need something that's actually going to reflect what I stand for as a brand, what my mission is, how I'm represented. I need something that can carry me.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, like I said, you don't have the resources, but it's not always financial, the investment.
Okay.
You can invest the time. Like I told you, I taught myself.
I taught
myself. And so my investment was time and energy. It was not financial at first because I did not have the resources to pay somebody $1,000 to brand me or $500 to brand me or $300, whatever. So really,
it's definitely worth the investment though.
Think about your investment, whether it's financial, whether it's time, but do it.
Do it.
Put it in.
That's good. That's real good. And Okay.
They went together. You know what I'm saying? They went together.
You do you, boo. Listen, it is so very, very, very important to watch your words and your mindset. So we can dive a little bit into that. At what point did you shift your mindset because you knew? Because I talk about this all the time, but you knew that it was literally shaping your reality. At what point did you change your mindset or knew, okay, this had a lot to do with me moving forward?
So for me, I'm results driven. So when I say, you know what, like I said, let me try it this way. And it produced, like, my reality got in alignment.
Okay.
It did. And then to the point where I was able to pour it out into hundreds of other people and their lives transformed. Their businesses transformed. So I believe it based on the evidence.
Okay. Right.
The
that
evidence
part.
that when I speak different, when I talk different, when I think different, I behave differently.
That
and
part.
then now I got this kind of outcome. Like,
You
that's
better
what
preach.
that's what did it for me.
You better preach, okay? Period. Ebony K said, I love the show. I needed this. Miss Ray, great topic. I really need this information. Amen. Won't he do it? Okay. Listen, that mindset will set you free or it will keep you caged. That is so very important. So you said, hey, I changed it. I seen the results. And that was it. And so is that a part of your brand strategy as well? So they're going to get all that.
So it's funny. So I actually roll out a boot camp starting tomorrow. Ooh. I got a 6-week
Let them know.
branding boot camp. It starts tomorrow. I have 2 more seats open. I'm only accepting a certain amount of people.
Okay.
But my first sessions are, and even in my work, I've written a workbook about my framework. It's about mindset, brain. So I start with a mental health detox that I've written for entrepreneurs to get from where you are in your mindset now to where you want to be. Like, we have to break down and because we don't realize the limitations that we set on ourselves.
Yeah,
and not even that we set on ourselves, that we adopted through the blueprint of the environments and the family structures that we were raised in.
Yep.
And sometimes it's not lucrative or it's not producing a positive result. And that's why we are. So breaking through that mindset is my very first sessions. We create the narrative control.
Yes.
All of
So
that.
good.
Shifting how you tell your story. Because the story is the story,
The
right?
story is going to be the story.
But it's about perspective.
It's
about how you choose to let it fuel your purpose. So
That's
the very
good.
first sessions are that. And then, because I could teach you all the strategies in the world, but until your mindset is in alignment with where you're hoping to go, it won't stick.
That's so good. Please let people know, how can they, if you got these 2 seats available, what's a way they can get one of them seats? How can they get in contact with you?
So, I guess social media, but I could tell you thepowerofbranding.info. Click on virtual group coaching.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we could have put that on the screen.
So, and then if you just to stay connected with me long term, because I add a lot of value on my social media platforms. I am _ Coach Joy on Instagram and Joy M. Douglas on Facebook. Okay.
And again, if you are looking for a brand strategist, you are looking to take your business to the next level, you may be kind of confused and you like, you know what, this is what I want to do, but I don't even know what direction to go in. These are the type of coaches and the type of people you want to connect yourself with. Accountability takes you to another level. Don't think for 1 second you were meant to do this alone. You were not a Lone Ranger. I don't know who taught you that and who told you that, but that's something you need to break from your mindset. That's not what this is. In order for us to get to the next level, we may need other people that already are there. And we going to tap on the door. We going in the room. How you going to go in the room you know nothing about? But if you get linked up with the right people that may be already operating in the space that you wish to get into, then that will work for you. Don't have a closed mind. This if you're just joining, we are talking about branding yourself when it comes to your business, when it comes to having a coach, when it comes to having some type of accountability. The service now is something that we need. I wanted to do a customer service training program. Okay, I'm starting with Family Dollar. I'm coming for y'all, okay?
It's Dollar General for me.
Listen, I don't care where you at in the hood. I need somebody. I need to come in there and do a whole little. Everybody, come this way. You too. Come over here. Lunch break time. We about to kick it, cause, honey, it is no reason. I don't care where you work. If you in the hood, if you under the hood, I don't care. Like it, the way people be acting, it's almost like, why we gotta be the same color? Why? No. So I really wanted a customer service training program, and it may still happen under Creative Emotions.
Okay.
And I am going to go after business as such, those kind in the hood.
Okay.
Because y'all need to stop doing that.
Go ahead and speak it.
Stop doing that, okay? Stop treating people like that. No, seriously. I that's one thing I'm real big about, customer service. And when you have I'm not going to say small business, a business, okay? Because people try to say, small podcast because they may not see thousands and millions of followers, but it is nothing small about this podcast. Nothing small about the heat that come through these microphones at all. At all. So do you believe everyone in business needs a coach?
I think you need some level of mentorship, even if you just don't decide to get a particular coach. There's coaches for everything. Everything. So even I think a lot of people create their coach titles sometimes to kind of operate in the realm that they know that they thrive in.
Yeah.
So, but
would that be considered the niche?
The niche, yep.
The niche?
Yep. And kind of narrowing down your area. Okay. Because I think, life coach is so broad.
It is.
But you may, if you're creating a brand and a lucrative business, you may want to focus in more heavily on the ideal person that you attract to make sure that you're continuously attracting that person and seeing success with them as you hope as a coach.
Yeah.
So I coach coaches too and build out coaching programs with them. But overall, yes, a mentor, a coach, whatever it is for you, whether you paying them, I know programs that are grant funded. I have coached as a contracted coach for programs who are grant funded, who accept a certain amount of businesses a year, and you get one-on-one coaching. So it may not be a situation where, because coaching is taking over a little bit.
So they need it,
and it's high ticket. It's not cheap, right? So
yeah, it is.
But my point is, there are, because you got coaches for businesses like that's already generating a good amount of income. If you're making $50,000 to $100,000, $200,000 a year, you got a coach that's your coaching probably gonna run you $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
Definitely.
But if you're a startup business that's barely generating any income, there's a coach out there for you that you can spend a couple of $100s to coach with them. Yep. So just really doing your research and tapping into the programs that will train you and mentor you and hold you accountable that may be free or grant funded.
That's true. That's another way. Hey, get started. You better get these gems. That's another way to get started. Some of the ways, or it's different type of coaching. That's what I want everybody to understand. It's different coaching for what it is you're trying to do and where it is you are in life.
Yeah, and I think too.
No, you're good.
I have multiple coaches for different stuff.
Okay.
So because there's different kind of coaching, I have a sales coach. I have a coach that coaches millionaires, and she's on track to baby, let me speak it.
Period. Come on with it. We the first to hear.
And I sit on Zoom calls with millionaires with my coach. So
period.
I feel good about that. And then I have a health and wellness coach. I have somebody who I'm like, girl, I'm over here eating these Oreos. And she like,
put them
she's
down.
keeping me on track and accountable.
Yeah.
I have just a life mentor.
Yeah.
Somebody who's connected with me in spirit.
Spiritually,
and
yes.
can feel I cannot be okay. And she's somewhere 100 miles away
call
and she
you.
calling me like,
Yes.
what's wrong? You know? So making sure that you're fulfilled in all areas of life, because wholeness is the goal.
That's good.
Wholeness in business, wholeness in your brand. And that's what the mental health detox is about.
Okay.
Balancing all areas of life, because you got your health, you got mental, physical, you know, so making sure you have a leader or someone pouring into you in all these areas.
That's so good. So good. Again, thank you guys. Shout out to everyone watching. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this is a live show, 313-266-2811. So when you think about the different type of coaches, you have a life coach, a spiritual coach, everything you were just saying, mental health coach, a relationship coach, a personal development coach, health and wellness coach, a wealth coach, career coach, work and business coach, skills coach, and a branding strategist coach right over there. So listen, these are just a few of, because you got transformational people. Everybody
I actually
just
just connected with a mind, body, spirit coach.
Wow.
Yeah, she gave me a whole plan. I ran into her at a speaking engagement.
Nice.
She gave me a whole plan to like map out my week, like at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day, sit still for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like stuff
That's
that
important.
we don't take the time. So she actually is like, okay, let me tie in all these areas of your life and figure out where your deficits are and give you a plan.
Wow. Do you hear that? You can have more than one coach. If you have the funds, and do you take insurance?
Insurance.
Hey, you take Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Where you can break that up into 4 interest-free payments.
Okay.
4 interest-free payments. Listen, you got a coach for everything. So I would say self-love coach, because I definitely bring people back to themselves, which is God. That's in you. God say, love me with all your mind, your heart, your soul, right? And if God is in you, we are the image of God. We are made in his image. And then he say, love your neighbor like you love yourself. Who that come back to? Right back to you. And if you are not good, honey, that's where everything around you is happening. So just mapping out all the different things that you want in life, where you are in life. Now, there is a difference. Now, if you need a therapist, I know a few that I can send you to. Dr. Sabrina Black is one of them. DrSabrinaBlack.com. That's actually one of my mentors. And she is a licensed therapist. I am not a therapist, but I will hold you accountable. And I do have a whole system to get you back to who you are and in alignment. So, plug. That's important. You can go to www.thecreativeemotions.com if you want to inquire about the coaching services. Again, it's coaching for everything. But what do you look for in your coach? They need to be positive. Of course, you don't want no negative Nancy. Enthusiastic. You need somebody excited about what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Not like, please, when you go looking for your coach and you go looking to brand your business, you got a brand strategist right here. She told you how to reach her. But if you're looking for a coach to take yourself to the next level, look for certain things that you know that you're not, or you may have been lacking a little bit, but look for something that you would desire to be, the type of person that you would want to be around. Not just because they're your friend, not just because it's on sale. Like, really dive into, this is your future, this is your life, and you're worth it. You're worth the investment. And so if that person is too high, go to somebody else. So it's all about finding what works for you. So what do a coach look like for you? I just named some things: positive, enthusiastic, supportive, trusting, focused, goal-oriented, knowledgeable, observant, because a lot of them can see what you need. It's something that you may not even see. Respectful, and most important, most importantly, patient and a clear communicator. One thing that get us all messed up is not having clear communication, having misunderstandings, and then we don't even go back to see what was going on. We just write people off. Like, I don't like the way or I don't like how he, like, instead of getting an understanding, you know, going back and seeing what's going down, people are easily offended. And so and we're really personal about what we consider our brand, our business, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, we're moving forward. But when it comes to being professional, try not to take things personal. Always seek to understand versus assume. I think that goes a long way, even in our personal lives.
Yeah.
You know, with everybody, we quick to assume, quick to write people off, quick to block, quick to, you know, people feel like they block you, it's the end of the world. Like, why? Why are we putting so much emphasis on these type of things? But coaching can help guide you to a desired result. And so I want you to consider, where are you on this journey as far as your business? As far as, you know, what you're trying to do? Where are you? You have different people to help you in this arena. Again, I thank you guys so much for watching this evening. Make sure you come back next Wednesday, 6 o'clock. You gotta come back. Every Wednesday is something every week. But having a love for something does not mean it has to be a business. I learned it the hard way. But don't let people decide what is good and not good for you. What I've learned is people may have opinions, but their opinion should only be confirmation for what you already know. Because if you say, you seen this a long time ago, like, you seen that I was on this path and I hadn't narrowed it down, but you seen it and you came to me and it's something I already know, and you say, I can see you doing this. That's confirmation. It ain't like, oh, let me stop everything I'm doing because you can see me doing this. Right. Or, I don't see you doing this. And then I just stop everything I'm doing. And this goes for spiritual leaders, people that you put in your life, that you got, you know, this honor and reverence for. Don't allow people to change your whole trajectory based off of their opinion. Make sure this is something that you're deciding to do, or it's something that's in your heart already, and then somebody comes with confirmation. Now, people can see some things in you, and it may be a time for opportunity, but just be careful with that. Just knowing you come first, you know what's best for you, and to take other people's opinion, chew up the meat, spit out the bones. But definitely don't take everything for face value, because you will be all over the place, literally. Because your mama said this, your best friend said that, your girl over here said that, your man said this. It's too much. It's too much. So take some time, get into your quiet, and really see what it is you're trying to do and what's the direction you're trying to go in. You are the one that has to live this. So really be mindful of that. And so I want to end with branding yourself literally. Like, when you think about you as a person, it has nothing to do with competitors. It don't have anything to do with another single soul. It has everything to do with you. Everything to do with building up your name and who it is that you say you are. Unlearning and relearning. So often we take thoughts and beliefs, even habits, from our families, whether it's right or wrong. And so I know everybody know this example about the lady who cut the piece off the ham. Oh, you know that example?
Was it like she was cooking it?
Yeah, she
said because her mama did it or something.
Yeah. So she cut the butt off the ham, and then she put it in the pot. Now her pot was big, but she kept cutting off the ends of the ham. Now I think her husband, somebody asked her like, "Why you keep cutting that off? That's a lot of meat." And she was like, "Well, my mama did it." So she went to her mama like, "Mom, why do you cut this part off the meat?" She said, "Well, because my mama did it." Went to her mama, "Why did you cut this part off the meat?" She said, "Well, the roaster pan I had, I couldn't fit the whole thing, so I just cut the meat off." So we sitting there slicing good meat.
Generation to generation.
We doing all type of crazy stuff based on what somebody else did, not even knowing the real reason why they doing it. And so when you think about branding yourself as an individual, you gotta live your own individual journey. You have to. You can take different things from your mother, your father, your aunts, whoever raised you, your aunt, your grandmothers and things like that. But when you think about branding yourself, you think about what is your values, what are your beliefs, what is it that you're holding to, what is it that the legacy that you plan to leave. If something, if somebody just looked at you right now, what can they say is your brand? That's what I want you to think about. Are you mean? Are you nasty? Are you a gossiper? Are you, cheap? Are you always late? I mean, what type of person? Because that's what people bring up. Oh, you always late. Okay, that's a part of your brand. That used to be a part of my brand. I was always on the road, smoke behind me. Like, what? Running to the clock all the time. Like, what am I doing? That's something that I had the option to control. That's something you can control. So we want to be careful with that. So branding yourself as an individual is called personal branding. It's promoting what you stand for as an individual. Letting go of things, habits, places, etc. that no longer serve you, and being the type of person you can be proud of, learning your values and building your foundation. So I really want you to think about this. It's so important to create lasting relationships for such a time as this. When you think about branding, you're gonna need support. There is no long rangers. As I stated before, there is no long rangers. We are all in this together. We will need each other. It ain't about if. We will need each other. It's just a time when you may need people, but just realizing that you may have to come out of your comfort zone. Because you may have to talk to people. You may have to meet people. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to get to this next level so that you can brand your business and even branding yourself. If you so quiet but you got so much to offer, you may have to come out of that and stop saying what you are. I know a lot of people like, I'm antisocial, I'm this, I'm that. Yo, I am is very powerful. So be careful with that I am. Be careful what you're saying about yourself. I encourage those watching, do your own research. Find a coach, invest in yourself and your business, pray and ask God to lead you to the right people and be released from the wrong people. Be intentional with that. Because a lot of us are hanging around people and their time is up. And it's okay. You don't have to fall out with people. You don't have to make it all a big deal. Sometimes going to another level is good because you can turn around and help you can help your brother, your sister, your neighbor, your friends. You can turn around and help people if you're led to. Because again, that's not even nothing that you should put on your chest or your back. So just be mindful of that. Keep an open mind. Opposites attract when it comes to women and men. Staying optimistic. And for God's sake, please watch your words about yourself. Keep your mouth off yourself. A lot of times we self-sabotage so much, it makes no sense. So be careful about what you are saying to and about yourself, even to other people. In Proverbs 18:21, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it eat the fruit thereof. And so no matter what you got going on, no matter what you believe, when you say words out of your mouth, those words are moving into a realm that you cannot see. Everything is spiritual. And those words will come back to you. And so if you're complaining about being the B word, BROKE, because I don't say it no more. If you complaining about your job, you complain about your kids, you complain about your house and your business, you complain about your customers, all of that complaining, you're going to have to eat those words. So be mindful of the words that come out of your mouth. I thank you guys so much for joining. Coach Joy.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a joy. Put Joy up here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, there she goes. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your gems. I wish you so much success on these different levels that you are going to. You helped my son, then you turned around and helped me. And so, on all little aspects, everything you do. So I'm so grateful for you. I'm thankful for you.
Thank you.
And if you want to leave the people with one last thing, what would it be?
One last thing, I guess, piggyback off what she said. Your words have power, even in your business. Don't just think about it in your personal life, but speak, decree, and declare the things that you want to see come to pass in your business and with your brand as well. Don't call yourself a small business. I'm a multi-million-dollar corporation, multi-billion-dollar. Like, really affirm what you want to see, because then you're going to notice everything else getting in alignment.
That's good. That's so good. Thank you so much for joining. Listen, this Friday. Make your way down to Poetry and Conversations. It starts at 8. It's Cinco de Mayo, but I want to see you there. Meet me here every Wednesday. Next week is going to be Battle of the Sexes. And, of course, we're not in here battling, but we're going to understand each other a little bit more. The week after that is the men's edition. So I want you guys to come and join for that as well. And I'm just going to keep bringing the gems, the jewels, the information and encouragement, motivation, transparency, empowerment, and these good vibes, because ain't nothing you can do about it, okay? I love you. And, again, there's nothing you can do about it. Meet me here next week. Peace.